Well, hello, Krystal. Welcome to the Nutra Narratives podcast. I am so excited that you are here with me today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Gigi.
Wonderful. Okay, so Krystal, how long have you been a dietitian now?
10 years. I know, 10 years. I just did my second CDR license renewal thing. Just finished that.
You did? Oh, I am really getting old because whenever I'm doing these things and I ask a former student or, from MPH or MS, when did you graduate? And whew, time has been flying.
10 years, I know.
Okay. And you graduated from the School of Public Health.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. And you received 2 degrees from that school.
Yes, I did my MPH and graduated 10 years ago. And then I also got my DrPH, which is a doctorate in public health. And I finished that 2 years ago. Goodness. Okay. I think this is 3 years. 3 years ago.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Very good. So I'm going to backtrack. I really want to talk about your doctorate journey, but before that, you finished your master's, became an RD. What did you do? What was your job? I think you did a couple of jobs after graduation.
I did. First off, I somehow immediately had all of these clients, just like private clients, just fall into my lap.
Wow.
So I started there, and then I was at the Johns Hopkins Hospital after I had finished my rotations there, and I was on board, ready to stay on, and loving being there when the School of Public Health called me back. And
Krystal, I didn't know that. I knew you did your rotation there, but you were actually offered a position there?
Yeah.
No way. Look at that. I'm learning new things.
So yeah, I was on board to stay, and then School of Public Health called me back. And, I was torn because there was also this guy that was back in Loma Linda that I was like, well, I like the guy. Maybe I should, go back to the West Coast.
And, you could tell us who that guy was that you were interested or.
Oh, well, he was a chef and he made all this great food for me, and I'm like, how could I go wrong with a guy who cooks for me? Exactly. And it was Chef Corey from the School of Allied Health. It was,
yay.
For the record, he was never my teacher. Never my teacher.
And if he ever was, it still would have been okay. I mean,
Well, but never was. But no, we had actually met when I was finishing the program, and then I left and I was in Baltimore, for a while, and we just kept talking, and I was like, okay, this guy's pretty great. So then after a while, when I had the opportunity to come back to the West Coast, I jumped on that. It really wasn't
smart girl.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it too much. So yeah, so I came back and I worked for the School of Public Health. I did a few things for them. After a few years, I started teaching, but primarily I ran the continuing education for dietitians and certified health educators. So all the continuing ed that the School of Public Health did, and that included putting on educational courses, conferences, things like that.
Those conferences were, and they still are so amazing. I mean, you put on not just little conferences. These are big conferences like Healthy People, Vegetarian Congress, right? Weren't those?
Yeah. The International Vegetarian Congress, I did a couple of those. And then the Healthy People Conference was something that I did every year. So that was always, somewhere between 300 and 500 people who would attend. And then the International Vegetarian Congress was between 700 and 900 usually. So, and we had speakers from all over the country, international, when that was called for, but always bringing out nutrition and the different dynamics, trying to build collaboration between the different medical professionals, especially on campus, trying to integrate the medical programs more and the dental programs more, getting them involved in nutrition, understanding how important dietitians are to their practice.
Correct.
So that was a lot of what I did for the School of Public Health.
Yeah, but it was so important, or it was a good thing that you are a dietitian, because then when you're connecting people to each other and helping them understand what dietitians do and their importance, that's who you are, that's what you are. So I'm sure it made your job that much more doable because of your.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was speaking from the heart. It was speaking everything that I believed to be true and know to be true, and just seeing how much better kind of patient care can be when you integrate food. That sounds basic, but it doesn't all have to be medication. We can integrate food, and we can help.
Yes.
We can help heal and help the body just be in a better state.
Right.
So it was a passion that I was so thankful that I got to kind of live out.
And it was so perfect for you, and you were so perfect for that position. And but I look at that position as a non-traditional dietitian position. It was so unique.
Yes, it was. And when I was part of the School of Public Health, I was the department, kind of the area that I was in, was called the Office of Public Health Practice. And this was the arm of the School of Public Health that was really about outreach. Whatever community groups that we were working with, whenever there was a nutrition component, I got to be kind of the consultant on that. So I didn't live in my office. I didn't necessarily live with or work with, one-on-one with people. It truly was community health. It was public health being practiced. How is nutrition going to interplay with this large group of people? Regardless of, we dealt with all sorts of different groups around the state, and some locally too. So yeah, definitely non-traditional when it comes to a dietetic role. But yeah, as you said, it suited me so much more. I like to be out and involved and with a lot more people.
That's you, with all the energy that you have, Krystal. I just could not imagine you just being in an office the whole time, but you have that energy to be out there connecting with people. And so that was so perfect for you.
It was.
Yeah. And then you said that then the School of Public Health, well, I'm backing up, they had said, oh, please come back to Loma Linda and do a doctorate program. Was that in your plan?
That was my plan. Yeah, that was my plan. Doing a doctorate, having a terminal degree was always in my plan.
Got it. Yes.
And I had kind of left it open just to see where was life taking me.
Yeah.
What sort of doctorate degree would work best with kind of where I'm being pushed. And so I stayed with the School of Public Health. I did their the DrPH in health policy and leadership with an emphasis in nutrition. And my kind of side project is focusing on the health benefits and non-benefits of genetically modified foods. So having that health policy piece really just molded so well for me.
Wow. Can you please give us a peek into what your doctoral journey was like?
Oh goodness, it was epic. It was a long journey. I mean, honestly, I started pretty soon when I returned back to the School of Public Health. I got started with that really quick, and then
working at the same time.
What was that?
You were working at the same time while doing your doctorate.
Yeah, for that program, it was actually required that you worked full time.
Really?
Yeah,
I did
it's a
not
requirement.
know that.
So I was working for the school full time. I was going to classes full time at night. All of the classes were in the evenings. But then, you know, life happens along the way. I married that great guy that I loved so much.
Chef Corey, yay.
Yeah. And then we had our first child, and
Miss
I'll tell
Lily.
you, Miss Lily, yeah. And you know, when I was pregnant with her, my anxiety went through the roof. You know, uh-oh.
Oh, that's all right. Is that Lily or
Some
Austin?
tears out there. Some tears out there. It's okay. Daddy can do it.
Okay. Yes, Chef Corey, Daddy.
Yeah. But, you know, working full time, school full time, you know, new wife, and now we're going to add a baby onto this.
Wow.
I was very close to stopping the whole thing when one of the guys in my cohort, he was a neurologist, and he jumped in and he was like, "Oh no, Krystal, you cannot stop. This is the most important thing you can do for your child." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, mommy's adrenaline being so high is not good for baby." Like, no. But he went on and he was just like, "No, like all the research shows how, you know, mothers who are continuing their education, when their children see that, you know, the mother's education and her progress through that helps shape the child's education and their higher levels more than anything else."
Oh,
and
awesome.
and I was blown away. And then, I'm not kidding, within 5 minutes I was right back to being solid, and we're going to go through this. We're going to keep doing it.
I love it.
So kept going. Honestly, was starting to take the slow boat, you know, one class at a time. I just couldn't do much more, so it was taking a long time. And then here comes baby number 2.
Baby number 2, Austin.
Oh, Austin came 3 years later, and I was at the end of my coursework. I was right at that, like, all I had left to do is you know, do my dissertation. And again, it was like so much adrenaline, so much anxiety coming back. And I said, you know, this isn't worth it. This isn't worth it. Me working full time, school full time. Now I have to put all these hours into writing, and my kids, like, this isn't working for anybody to have mommy be so stressed out. And I was feeling so selfish that I was continuing this program and feeling like I was, you know, not neglecting them, but just not being there as much as I wanted to be.
Okay.
So I made the decision there to step back from the School of Public Health. And I needed to do that in order to finish my doctorate and to have that peace of mind back just for me.
Yeah. I'm sure it was a difficult decision too.
It was because, you know, I had always seen myself as, this is my career. I need to continue advancing my career. And it was a total mind shift of, you know, God gave me these 2 children to take care of.
There you go.
He didn't give them to me so that I could pay somebody else to take care of them.
Bingo.
He gave them to me. And
blessings from God.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And so my whole world professional experience just shifted.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I left the School of Public Health, and I said, okay, I am home now. I can write a dissertation with a baby and a 4-year-old. No. That was me thinking I was Superwoman, and I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. But I was able to find somebody who would come in for a couple mornings So I had a couple half days, and then I'd get to go to a coffee shop or, go somewhere and just be able to really focus and write. And it worked great. I mean, I got my dissertation done in record time.
Woo.
and with your assistance and with, a couple others. By the way, everybody, Gigi was on my doctoral team.
That's right.
So
honored. I'm still honored. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so just having that full support from you all, and then being able to, not be so weighed down by all these other things that I have to do for work. It's like, what is most important? My kids are the most important, and then finishing my dream of having this doctorate degree, second most important. And that's what I got to do.
Yeah, your priorities, you were able to prioritize with God's help, and God was making things crystal clear.
Very clear.
Crystal clear. and he said, for now, this is so important. Your children.
Yeah.
And you've listened to God's call. And it's so nice that your husband has been so supportive with the decision that you made.
Yes, he was fully on board from the beginning. And I think he was actually the one who said it first.
Oh, really?
It was probably more along the lines of, so do you know what you have to do?
I could imagine Chef Corey.
Well, it's just, do you know what you have to do? Like, yes.
Oh. and you knew in your heart he was right.
He was right. He's always right. That's the thing. That's his. He has this gift. He knows, and he's so gracious about helping you to make the decision, to come to that decision yourself with just little prompts,
Chef Corey definitely has that gift of support, and just giving you those little, nudges of encouragement to really, and you go, whoa, yes, that's right. Okay. So yes, you're a perfect match. As I said earlier, you and Chef Corey, a great team working together, not only professionally, but in your family as well.
Yes. God has been good to us in that way. Definitely brought us the right person.
I love it so much. And so you finished your doctorate 3 years ago, but then you have been so involved with your children's education, with homeschooling.
Yeah.
So where does that bring you now with your own career?
So I have really felt, my passion has been public health.
Yes.
Always has been public health. Yes, I've had this nutrition focus, but public health has always been deep in my heart. And so now, like I said, God gave me these 2 children. Well, what better way could I practice public health than to give them the experience, the knowledge, the time that it takes to grow an emotionally stable, well-rounded child. And
beautiful.
I've just poured into it, and I feel like there is no better way to practice public health.
Yes.
For me.
True.
That's
so true.
So yeah, I have poured everything into them. Along the way, I do little things as they come to keep me, professionally minded.
Yes.
When it comes to nutrition, I've done guest lectures. I've been doing a lot of writing.
Wow.
And now, I've been homeschooling both of them for the last, this will be our 3rd year, going into doing 2nd grade now.
That's like a whole nother career for you, doing homeschooling.
Yeah, not something I ever really expected. Not at all, but they're so wonderful to be around. It was like, well, why not? Like, I have all of this knowledge. I can teach kindergarten. Like, I got that.
Oh.
You know, I can do first grade. And so it's been an incredible blessing to be able to continue to watch them learn and to just try to impart the knowledge that I have
Yes.
onto them.
This is where
And
God's needing you right now.
right now, absolutely. Absolutely. And so just now this year, I will actually be the director of a large homeschool community.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. I'm really excited for it. It is just, I mean, you can just see where God is moving and where he has moved us and how his influence is all around. And I just,
love it.
there's so much that has happened in my life where I was like, man, I feel perfectly prepared for this.
Wow.
Like, never would I have said, I'm going to be a school director, like a school principal. Like, that was never on my bucket list. You know, but here I am, and I'm just like, bring it on. Like, let's do this. This is going to be, it was so great. And you know what was awesome, Gigi, is when I told Lily, I told her one day, just to kind of break the ice. I was like, so next year for school, what would you think if I was the director, if I was the leader of the school? And she's like, Mom, that would be the best. And I was like, oh, like that was not the experience, not the reaction I was expecting.
Isn't it touching? She's not tired of you, Krystal. That is like the biggest compliment from your own daughter. She wants you around even more.
Yeah, it was so touching. And she went on to just say why she thought it was great and how excited she was. And you know, whenever I have had kind of those hesitations of like, oh, do I really want to take this on? Like, this is kind of big. And then I just think back to her reaction, and I'll ask her a question about it, and she just gets all so excited. And yeah, so I was like, okay, all right, I'm in the right spot.
There you go. God, I believe God speaks through Lily. If you have those
me too.
times, just say, Lord, speak through Lily.
Yep. And when she
the
says
right words.
Oh yeah, and when she says, Mommy, I think you need a timeout, that's when I have to go, whew. You're probably right, child. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Oh, I love Lily.
It really
my little buddy. I could totally picture her telling you that.
She does.
She is your mini you.
Oh, I mean, not only does she look like me, but apparently people say she sounds like me, and and my parents say she acts like me. So.
She is you. She is Krystal Gheen through and through.
Oh, it's a little scary, but you know, it helps to understand. You know, I can see things that she's going through, and if I just step back for a minute, I can think back, oh yeah, I remember. Okay. You know, I'm just going to take that moment and try to feel like, how would you best like to be talked to in that emotion, in that experience? And it's what I strive to do. I'm not perfect. It doesn't always happen. You know, sometimes we're reactionary, but when you do take the minute to step back, then it's amazing how that interaction can just blossom into a better relationship.
Ooh, that is just so inspiring and encouraging to hear. I love hearing that so much. Okay, so Krystal, I always love to ask every guest 3 nutritional practices that are important for you to do on a regular basis.
Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to go with me, not my practices with my kids.
Okay, yes, just
my practices for me.
Dr. Krystal Gheen here.
Dr. Krystal Gheen starts with my number 1 practice is when I am making a meal, I start with the produce.
Ah, yes.
Start with the produce. And oftentimes I look at what's going to go bad if I don't eat it right now.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's my required ingredient, because food waste and me we go like this.
Ah,
It's
yes.
not okay.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
so I
Goes
start
right
with,
along with public health too.
yeah, yeah, it does.
Love it.
So start with the produce
Okay.
and build your meal from there.
Mhm.
My second personal practice, it definitely goes with the GMOs. Okay, if there are food components that are genetically modified, you skip it and you go with the organic version. It doesn't matter what it costs.
I agree. I
It
so agree.
doesn't. It matters not what it costs, because you're going to make up that money in the end by not spending it on healthcare.
Mm,
Uh,
mm. That is so true. You
yeah,
nailed it. You nailed
yeah.
it.
So you're going to spend 40 cents more for your spinach.
Mm,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Compared to being in the hospital, thousands of dollars later
Right.
on down the road.
Right. So, for the big things like, corn products and sugar beets and, those big genetically modified ingredients that are in almost every processed thing, you can avoid those and go organic, do it. If
Yes.
you can then continue to go organic and decrease your pesticide exposure,
Mm-hmm.
might not necessarily be genetically modified, but they're full of pesticides.
Right.
So if you can continue that route going organic, hands down, it doesn't matter what it costs.
Yeah,
Um,
I
don't get
agree.
a Starbucks the next week.
You know what? Yes,
It is.
that's an excellent swap. Can't
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
complain. Mm-hmm.
And my third practice,
Mm-hmm.
always eat dessert.
Okay. Oh, nice. Love it.
Always, always. I think as dietitians, we get that rap of being the food police, and you can't have sugar and you can't have real butter. And I was like, nope, you can, and you
Yes.
deserve it. You
Yes.
do. You cannot just funnel yourself to only consuming vegetables. We love them. We do. We eat a lot of them.
No,
Um,
so true.
but who doesn't like chocolate mousse? Like,
Mm,
I
mm.
don't know. Who doesn't want a cookie every once in a while?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've tasted your husband's chocolate chip lavender infused cookies.
Oh yeah, I've had a few of those. Hmm.
He hasn't made that in a while. I'm gonna have to remind him.
You should. You should. He's got a new oven. You test that out.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, we're all so
Hmm.
excited. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So no, I say always eat dessert.
Yeah,
It's good for your mental health,
it's true.
and I always know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I even plan my desserts, like what's going to be dessert for tonight. And so throughout the day, I remember that. And if other things are offered, I can consciously go, do I want 200 calories in this, or do I want to have my dessert? No, I want my dessert. I'll pass that.
There you go. So, what is on the menu for your dessert tonight?
Oh, well, see, yesterday, Miss Lily made a lemon bundt cake.
Oh my. Oh,
So for her birthday, my mother gave her very first cookbook.
oh,
And it's so cute. It's like eat your reds, yellows, greens, and purples. And so the recipes are divided by the color of the produce.
oh, perfect.
It's so cute. And so in the yellow section was this lemon cake. And we have a lemon tree in our yard that produces hundreds and hundreds of lemons. So I have gallons of lemon juice in my freezer. We have candied lemon peel. We've got lemon, everything. So she wanted to do that. So she and Corey got to make this wonderful lemon cake, and she did the whole thing. She did the mixing. She put it all in, like as much as possible. Corey was letting her be hands-on doing it,
Oh,
and she even got to do the little lemon drizzle on top.
oh, she did. Oh my.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that is on our dessert menu for tonight.
oh, that just sounds divine. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
And when you see how much butter is in the recipe, you go, you're gonna sleep well tonight, child. Like,
Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I love it. I love that. That always have dessert.
Yeah,
That
always have
is
dessert.
excellent. Oh, I love your nutritional practices. Those are just excellent. And it really makes for, a satisfied human being at the end of the day, because there's no deprivation involved.
No.
We all believe in eating well, but it doesn't mean not just vegetables.
Yes, exactly.
Like
Exactly.
everything else.
hmm
So,
Everything in moderation.
yes, absolutely. I love saying that too. Well, I was going to say Miss Krystal Gheen, but I'm going to say Dr. Krystal
No.
Gheen. I love calling you that. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I know you are a busy mom who has a lot of things to do, but you have taken your time to talk with me to me about your narrative, your journey. And, I've known you now for how many years, and I've seen your growth and in your career, all that you've done to getting married and having these awesome kids, that it really warms my heart to see where God has taken you, where he has used you, and how much of a blessing you are to all of us and the people that you serve and help. So I'm just so in awe of all that you have done and continue to do. And congratulations for being director of the school. So may God bless you with
Thank you.
all that you do.
Well, thank you, Gigi, and for all the years you have been so supportive. So I thank you for all that you have done to help me get here.
Ah, yay. I really was so excited to see you be done. And it was like, because I had just finished mine like not too long before yours. So I knew what you were feeling. And I'm like, we gotta help her. We gotta help her get to that finish line. So
And you did. You did.
yay. All of us with God's help. It takes a village for somebody to finish school.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So anybody out there who is wanting to, to get a doctorate degree, get some sort of terminal degree with their nutrition, I say, go do it.
Yes.
Go do it. But know that you need a support team, because it is not about you. Getting a doctorate degree is about everybody. It is, you are getting that degree to put forth your effort, your interest, your passion into the community, into others. You need to let others help and support you during that journey.
Yes.
It is a two-way street.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Dr. Gheen. Excellent. Thank you for those words of inspiration.
Well, you're welcome, Dr. Noval.
All right. Well, I don't want you to be late for dinner, so enjoy, and also enjoy that lemon. Was it a bundt cake that you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, lemon bundt cake that your precious Lily made with her daddy. So.
Thank you, Gigi.